Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the astrology and numerology, so that we are enlightened and prepared for the coming energetic shift. And in this case, it's a big shift. It's the Taurus new moon happening on May 19th. And that number in itself, 19, contains the 1 and the 9, the first single digit and the final single digit, which indicates a major shift. 19 is the Prince of Heaven number in numerology, which is the sun, the light of the sun shining on what is in front of us, so we can actually really pay attention to it in a way that enlightens and delights, and also broadens our perspective because we're seeing the big view. And since Jupiter, the planet of seeing the big view, is very much activated during this new moon, there's going to be a lot that comes to light. So let's start, first of all, with the time of this new moon. It happens May 19th at 4:53 p.m. Universal Time in London, and that is 11:53 a.m. New York, and 8:53 a.m. Pacific Time. And this new moon just carries just a lovely energy of joyful anticipation and intense passion as well. There is a sense of things coming to a head while also starting again. And the starting again is, of course, the new moon, which is always a new beginning. It's the May 19th date. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 10 reduces to 1, new beginning. The 28 degree of the sun and moon. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So we have the 10 activated twice. And 10 is also instant manifestation, love and light. And certainly the instant manifestation is of new beginnings. So there's this incredible forward momentum energy that's here, and at the same time we're being asked to really take stock of what is coming up for us emotionally. Not that it's a full moon, which is more emotional, but there is a T-square, and the T-square is between Pluto, a deeply passionate planet, ruler of Scorpio, which is the sign opposite Taurus, and opposite Mars. Pluto is opposite Mars, and they're exact at 0 degrees. Mars has just moved into Leo, and Pluto's at 0 degrees in Aquarius, retrograding right now. So they're opposite each other, which is really going to set up some internal passionate fireworks. Mars is the planet of new beginnings. It rules Aries. So again, we have this tremendous sense of, I can move forward now. I can move through whatever it is that has been blocking me or giving me pause for thought or keeping me in a place where I really need to check in and come to terms with something. This energy is really going to be addressed in a beautiful way. And I say beautiful because Jupiter is the planet that creates the T-square. Jupiter is currently in Taurus. Jupiter will have just moved into Taurus on May 16th, 17th, depending on where you live. 0 degrees Taurus. So they're all at 0 degrees, which again is a sign of new beginnings, because 0 degrees in any horoscope sign is the first degree. So you can see we have this incredible potential to let go, see the big view, become enlightened, and hopefully delighted about the potential for what is now possible for us, while purging the past in order to be able to move into that potential, because we have to make room for it, right? In order to progress forward, there has to be something that is released, some baggage that has to be let go. So when we move forward without expectations and with pure delight and joy, we are not in a state of comparison. Now I want to look too at all the planets in Taurus, because Taurus is a very grounding sign, and it is helping us to earth and to put our 2 feet on the ground and take a breath and appreciate nature. And there are 5 planets in Taurus. Aside from the sun and moon, we have Mercury, which just stationed direct on May 14th. We have Jupiter, of course, and we have Uranus, which has been in Taurus for quite a while, right? So all of those planets are in Taurus, and we have the North Node at 3 degrees Taurus, and it soon will be moving into Aries, but we'll get to that in another video. Currently, the North Node joins these 5 planets in Taurus, and that means 2 of the planets, Mercury and Jupiter, are conjunct the North Node, which is our future. Again, the focus on what's ahead as opposed to looking back. So there couldn't be a greater meaning between the numerology code and the astrology lineup here for focusing on, we're looking at Taurus themes now, abundance, what truly makes you happy and fulfilled, what do you value most in your life, what brings you pleasure, what helps you connect to Mother Nature. Maybe you're complicating your life with conflict and indecision and even addiction. Could be being addicted to any substance, but also the online addiction. That's a pretty real thing as well. You can now turn to what sustains you. What actually sustains you? What nurtures you? What helps you feel contentment and pleasure and comfort? That is what Taurus represents. And this is why Taurus is aligned with financial flow, with abundance and security, having your 2 feet on the ground, being realistic, being dependable, providing for yourself the needs that we obviously require. Being incarnated into physical bodies, we have needs, right? And so Taurus really makes sure that we address that. And when we add to that the 10-10-10 activation, the numerology code, the 10-10, the May 19th, which reduces to 10, and the 28 degrees with sun and moon, which reduces to 10, we have an opportunity here to bring in a lot of really powerful God-centered energy. This is the God number. The straight line and the 0 represents the feminine and masculine energy that come together. Love and light, instant manifestation, which is pure creation. So we have a 10-10, and anything in 3s is creation itself. The number 3 is the number of creation, mother, father, child. So you want to look at what can you make real in your life? What is real in your life? Look at what is actually reality. Are you being real? Are you being a chameleon who is constantly changing colors depending on what you feel is needed to go through life, and so you're not being steady and in integrity and taking your power back by being real? These are questions to ask, because how many things that you're doing are grounded and actually rooted in inspiration? I'm going to go back now, speaking of inspiration, to the Jupiter conjunction of the North Node. So Jupiter, it just moved into Taurus, and so it just has made contact with that North Node. And that means that hope and spirituality and inspiration, which Jupiter is truly aligned to, is going to be really, really big. Those qualities of looking forward. Jupiter is a very forward-moving planet. Jupiter loves embracing opportunity, and Jupiter trusts. Jupiter has hope. So what are you aligning with where you're actually trusting, where you're inspired, where you're filled with joy? All Jupiter qualities. North Node is the future. North Node is our relationships and what our destiny is, what we're destined to do. So what is coming from your heart without all the external distraction taking you away from that thread to the divine? And how many things are you willing to learn to help you stay grounded, to help you stay in that place of truly being connected to the divine, but also being grounded to the earth at the same time, where the thread goes up and down and it is pure and centered? Are you using your hands, for example, not on the keyboard, but are you doing things like cooking, cutting vegetables, knitting, crocheting, tending to the garden, washing, touching, playing a keyboard, playing an instrument? There's so many ways to engage with the tactileness which Taurus represents. That is giving you pleasure. All of those are activating your brain in a very different, creative way than being on a keyboard in front of your laptop or on your phone. So this is really how you'll be sustained, is being in nature, getting your feet on the ground, and connecting to the natural world. Really, that's what Taurus represents. And this Taurus new moon is saying, well, start now, right? This is a new day, a new life for you that's being born with this Astrology Numerology code. And you have this major advantage now of taking charge of your greatest resource, which is your intimate connection to your physical body, listening to the prompts, listening to what am I feeling right now in my tummy, in my arms, in my throat, in my feet? Why is there tingling here? This is all physical. This is nature. This is natural. This is who you are. And this is where we need to get our prompts. So your sensual nature is very, very much enhanced during Taurus in general. Now, the sun and moon are trine to Pluto. Pluto has this opposition to Mars and this T-square to Jupiter, but the sun and moon are trine. And even though it's out of sign, the trine, meaning the sun and moon are at the very end of Taurus and not quite in Gemini, and Pluto is at the very, very beginning of Aquarius, it still is a very close trine. And it gives you really deep emotional insights and assertion. You have this sense of confidence, and Pluto governs power and empowerment or disempowerment, right? Control or taking control over others. Now, on the positive expression of Pluto, we can really step up. We can really be engaged in a way that is filled with courage. And remember, Pluto's opposite Mars, the planet of confidence, the planet of initiative. And so there's a balance that is being struck within you to take note of that resource you have, your inner confidence, which is the confidence that is the connection, the trust with Creator, with Mother, Father, God. So your heart is very much engaged. You're leading from passion, from love. And this trine also helps you to take accountability. There's a sense of determination, achievement, and a profound sense of just positivity. Like you can take that resource that Pluto gives you of seeing the truth and being really conscious of things that you weren't conscious of before, because Pluto brings up secrets and the unknown and the unseen, and take that and surrender and let go. Don't judge it, right? And then the sun and moon are obviously sextile Mars, so they're creating a triangle, very positive one, to this T-square with Mars and Pluto. They're actually alleviating a lot of the tension by creating this trine and sextile. And the one to Mars really activates your instincts. And that's why I was mentioning your body, like really listen to your body. And, Mars fills you with fire. Mars can be impulsive. So because of the T-square, you want to guard against overreacting. You definitely want to stay neutral emotionally. It doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself and be clear on how you feel, but the taking sides, reactionary emotion is the one we really, really want to watch. So take a time out if you really are pulled in that direction, because this is more about becoming independent from all of that. Mars is very much independent and very enterprising. And this energy that is generated, also because Mercury just went direct and Jupiter just entered Taurus, there's this real sense of acting on what means a lot to you and having the energy to do it and the forward momentum. As long as you're not impulsive, impatient, you want to move quickly, but you also want to breathe. So there's both the Taurus, make sure that you are centered energy, and then there's the Mars. Okay, but we got to get going now because this is our window of time, to take advantage of. So finally, I want to just mention the 0 degrees activation in this T-square between Pluto, 0 degrees Aquarius, Mars, 0 degrees Leo, and Jupiter, 0 degrees Taurus. These are fixed signs. This is very powerful energy because fixed signs are not going to be as flexible. They're really going to stick with it. So there's a challenging aspect to being fixed, which is you can't move, you're immovable and inflexible, but then there's also this sense of I'm going to finish this project and nothing's going to keep me from doing it. But the 0 degrees part of it is the 0 point, the everything and nothing. It is timelessness. Macrocosm and microcosm are one. There is no separation. So you will feel when you are grounded and you are centered and staying neutral and truly listening, you are going to feel this God-centered, this surrender to the divine intelligence within you, maybe more than you ever have. And this awakening is powerful because Pluto is in Aquarius. Remember, we're entering the Aquarian age, and we'll really feel that Aquarian age once Pluto finally moves into Aquarius without retrograding back into Capricorn, and that will be in November 2024. That's when it really starts taking off. But we are in the midst of entering the Aquarian age, and the Aquarian age will take us to that inspirational place that Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, loves to go, that inventiveness, that liberation from fear, and that forward momentum into the future, which Aquarius rules. So we are being given this opportunity while Jupiter is in the grounding sign of Taurus and Mars is in the royal sign of Leo, the sign of pleasure and really taking things to a childlike, enthusiastic place of creativity. We have this opportunity now to truly tune in to our soul and our destiny as a light being, a being of light that is here to create something to uplift others, to help ourselves while helping others. This is the energy of the Aquarian age, where we release our need to be somehow taken care of or dependent on others, right? We are leaving that dependency and we're moving into independence. And this is the biggest thing because it will help all our relationships, the interdependence in relationship. That is going to change everything. We are being set free to be the unique beings that we all are, where nothing is cookie cutter anymore. So this is where it's all heading, and this new moon in Taurus is a major step in that direction. And now it's time for you to discover your own code, because it is really being activated. Your destiny, your purpose, which are revealed from your birthday, your birth certificate name, your astrology chart, reveal who you are, what you're here to do. And you can discover your own star code at starcodeclass.com. It's a free masterclass I created for you that will help you understand why you're here, what gifts you bring, how you're here to uplift others and uplift yourself, and also to have compassion for others because you can get to know their codes as well. So enjoy that free masterclass. It includes a handout showing you how everything is calculated. And after you watch this masterclass, you're going to feel such a connection to who you are at soul level. I really hope you enjoy it at starcodeclass.com. And I wish you the most beautiful Taurus new moon. May your journey be blessed. Lots of love.